Good afternoon from Yammy B TV. Wishing you all well today. Lovely day out here. As you can see, we're moving onwards and upwards. Like I told you it was going to be. Having a fabulous time at the moment, but still waiting for the final move on the house. But yep, it's going really well. So far, so good, like I always tell you. Yeah, story day as well, amongst other things. Hope you enjoyed that one this morning, or got the reality of what the Cates is really like some of you may know already or not know. But yeah, you keep asking about me mate Tony Argent and obviously my family and everything that goes with it. Yeah, you asked for another story. We're doing part two now. John McFadden. John. Let's be fair to say, I've seen him knock out. He's 20 stone like that, and he done it in the cat haze. So remember this, no disrespect with Jonny or nothing like that. I've seen him knock out the governor in Whitemore. I saw him do the PO in Long Lartin. Whatever way you look at it, everyone had their day when they won. We've established that a long time ago. But on certain days, you don't win. That's the facts of the matter. And I can't see the harm. There's people going out in the rings every day, winning and losing. And some of them are like the greatest fighters in the world. So for me, it is what it is. And it was what it was. And you know what I'm going to do is break it down to you the best way I can. I've been getting messages from people, yeah, I mean, but how did it go? I explained it a little bit on James English, but this is how it went from start to finish. Right. It was during the millennium. We was all in the Cates. I was down the block for a couple of weeks, and down with me was China from Birmingham. Also to the right of me was Trix from Birmingham. To the upstairs from me, there was also I think Charlie was down there at that time. Charlie was on a lay down in Whitemore. Charlie was there. John McFadden was up there. Chine was there. And during those nights down the seg where there's no way to get anything from anyone because you don't get put on the yard. Someone asked me this morning about the cages in Wakefield. I'm going to let you know about that. But there's cages all around the place in the Cates. Certain times you can only exercise in that cage alone. But we're going to get back to that later. So at this time, we're all down the block, and I'd been on one up on the real landings upstairs and got swagged, and I was down the block, and I was a nutter back in the day, like we know already, and all I could think about was getting my nut down, which means getting myself into trouble. So, yep, the only way to get things down the block is by lines. I'm not going to tell you how we made the lines, but yeah, the lines. So during this night, Johnny Mac had to get 100, whatever. He was sending money. He said, Yammy. He sent some money to someone next door to me or whatever, or upstairs or to the right or whatever, whoever it was. He sent some money there, but he can't get his stuff unless the line comes through me first. Because then it's got to go up to him. Because the angles of the blocks and the cages, you cannot reach everybody depending on where you're located. Right? So yeah, I was a scumbag. I was a nutter. Whatever way we want to say it about those moves and that life's being an addict and all that kind of stuff. Sadly, you do some real dark moves sometimes when you're feeling bad about yourself. But no excuses from me. Another bad move. So the lines, they're calling me and saying, Yammy, can you catch this? And blah, blah, blah. So I said, yeah, John, don't worry, everything's sweet. I'm going to sort it for you. Right? So he goes, please, Yammy, don't touch them or nothing. You can have a couple out there. I said to you, all right, Big John, everything cool, right? Bang. So the lines come in, but I'm thinking the lines are going to take too long. The old way of thinking, where you're only thinking about yourself, Yammy, and your next thing, right? So then the lines come in, and I'm thinking, but if I get the line and let him tie up that bit to that bit and pull it without me really opening anything, because we know what a greedy bastard I was, he would get it upstairs and then have his go, and I'd take hours to get back for me. Greed, selfishness, doggish, whatever. But so Yummy way, the only way he used to think during that time, I'm afraid it's fair to say. Um, Bang! Yeah, so the lines passed me. So, done a naughty one. The line snapped. I took it. But I never took it all. I took a couple out and made sure Johnny got them, right? But on the way down, he was saying to me, when the line came back again for the next run, I goes, yeah, I've still got it. Lies. Sorry, John. Right? So Then I put it on, tied it to him. He said, yeah, there's a couple. I said, yeah, those are the ones you promised me, blah, blah, blah. No, that's what he was saying. He said, Yami, don't touch it. Please don't do that to me, Yami. Don't rip me off. And you remember, John's 20 stone wide. And like I said to you, so, you know, for all my ways, he was already expecting me to do a funny move. Bang, Yami. You got to apologise, boy. So, yeah, he got it, blah, blah, blah. But that was the story, that how it all built up. Went back up from the block about 5 days later. We was on B-Spur. B-Spur or C-Spur? No. That way, that way. Tony Argent was that way. Porky was on here with me, Carl Dennis. C was there as well. They were all there. Everybody was there. Sam, John, everybody, everyone from Manchester, Liverpool to Newcastle, everybody was there that day. Right? So it's lunchtime. It's a few days after that time down the block. Johnny Mack's up from the block. He's on that side of the wing. Did China come back up at that stage? I can't remember. Irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So bang, I'm at the gate. It's lunchtime, right? So I haven't seen John since I've been down the block. So what I forgot to say to you last time, oh, mind you, I haven't gone into it properly, but Tony was at the gate with me at the same time, because Tony was looking his parole. You know, he was thinking about going home. He'd done his time. Wasn't really speaking to a lot of people at that time, apart from me and a couple of others. Tony, you know how honest and true Tony is with everything, and you know, wears his heart on his sleeve. But you know, to the build up, it's very interesting when you get all the facts properly, because there were rumours during that time that before they had that fight, Johnny Mack and Tony, that they had arguments before, and Tony had heard that John was going to go and get a knife for him. This was in another cat, blah, blah, blah. It's years later. Things stick in people's heads. It might not be the here and now, but you already know. And during that time, Tony doesn't really want to get into trouble, because he's just waiting for his move to go to a B cat. Remember, he's on the book for years as well, Tony. So then, that knowledge there, that wasn't in my head that day. But I was talking at the gate to Tony at that same time, and John come to the gate, and he went, Yami, can you get me anything? And I said, yeah, John, don't worry. I'll give you a shout later. Oh, come on, Yami, man. You know, look what you've done to me down the block. Fair play. But, you know, I only took what you said he was going to give me anyway. Doesn't make any difference. I was in the wrong, right? So he shuts across. Tony doesn't know what's happened down the block between me and him. Tony looked at him and gone, who are you talking to? To John. From that gate to that gate. John's gone, what do you mean? Yami's my mate, like kind of thing. Tony, don't talk to him like that. You know, I didn't want Tony to fight John, because John didn't really do me anything for that way. But by the time he said that, Tony went completely off his nut. And then obviously he answered back, and Tony went, right, do you want to get downstairs now and have it? You know what I mean? I think Tony was working at a job in between the wing and coming out for the laundry or whatever. Johnny Mack. But I could look at Johnny Mack. I went, no, Tom, no. But obviously the gate's locked. I can't get out downstairs, remember? Right? Always seems to be that way when Tony, when I'm for the prison fights with Tony. So he basically, he's gone down there. But I looked at John, and I had a feeling John was calling it on big style. But when I looked at him, he didn't look like he really wanted it to me on that day. So, but Tony was already downstairs. So John was looking at me. So the last words were, yeah, I'll meet you downstairs then. See, because you've got to show face. This is what that life does. Sometimes when you don't want it and you've got to think, you've got to stand up and be counted. And, you know, even if you're not up for it, you've got to go and put yourself and test out the other man's heart to see if he's having you on, or, you know, he's on it or he ain't, kind of thing. So you can blag it all the way until you reach the front and someone's facing you. But then you've got to be ready for it, sadly. You know, but that's the name of the game. And any sign of weakness, if you're not ready, the good people will expose you straight away. That's how fighting works. So anyway, they've gone downstairs. I'm shitting it, because I've seen John come out of his vest like that, you know, 20 stone deep. And then bang, I see Tony with the laundry bag. So the officers must have been getting ready for dinner, or it was after lunch or whatever, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't remember which exact time. It was either dinner finished or dinner started, right? So they've gone downstairs. So you can see the laundry a little bit because the door's open. So I've seen John go in, and then I've seen Tony going behind him. Straight away, I could hear screaming. I couldn't see the punches being delivered properly, but I was worried. I was thinking, he is a bit big, you know, like with Tony, you know, because he's fast and furious and boom. But I wasn't expecting Johnny Mack to do Tony, because I know there's levels to this thing with the fighting. because, like we said already, we don't need to go into that. So I could hear the screaming, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought Tony might be, because you think, because it's your friend, even if I'm not expecting him to lose, like that. So, but I couldn't believe it. Tony just walked out straight away. He walked past the thing and I looked at him. I went, Tone. And it was just gone. Johnny Mac didn't come out, right? So after that, Tony's gone on the wing. John's looked up. I see some marks all over his face and all that. He just looked at me like that. And a couple of minutes later, I see all the screws walking with Tony, and I was thinking his parole. He was waiting for his thing because he was going Grendon shortly, not long after that. So I mean, I didn't want him to lose anything, but for some reason, because he'd be behaved for a period of time, because you remember in the early days of the Cat A's, he was all comers. You see what I mean? But he cooled down. Was waiting for his move. So I see them walking, and then all over them hours later, I was guilt-ridden, thinking, oh, God. Like, John, yeah, sorry, John. Everybody's got to lose. Everybody's got to win. Some people are good, are better than others on certain days. And, sometimes people just in the physical thing can just be too much for anyone. So I don't see any disgrace in that. In losing, that's the name of the game. It's not how you fall, many of you said, is how you rise. But there you have it, people, and sending love to everyone. All right, I'll see you after.